And sorry about that, folks. We lost our stream, so I was trying to get our internet connection back here. We've got it. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. 2-0 Haysville. And Gabe Littlejim, not Caleb, Gabe Littlejim. And this is first at bat of the summer, is it not? 2 balls and a strike, and Gabe Littlejim hits it out into right center field, cross tracking it, and had to really turn on the jets as that one kept on slicing away from him, but Cross makes the catch. So here's Jarrett Coyne. Gabe Littlejim hit for Carvalho, who's DHing tonight, so he may stay as the DH. Jarrett Coyne's 1 for 2 tonight. A lot of folks coming back onto our stream. Sorry about that. Every now and then, if we lose internet, I lose a stream and got to restart everything. So I usually will put part 2. The 4th of July game, I think we ended up going part 5. That was the only other time. I don't know if there's that many people. It's a good crowd here tonight. So Jarrett Coyne gets plunked on the hip, and he takes the hit by pitch lead with 9. If you're scoring at home. By the way, in the top of the 5th inning, Blake Null popped out to third. Austin Smith reached on an error by Catlett at third. Cross hit into a fielder's choice. He stole second, and then Jordan Kennedy struck out. Running is on the play is Coyne. Sheets hits this one out into center field. Cross tracks it down the other way. Carter Cross getting a good workout, but showing great range. He makes another catch. So here's John Sorensen. De Leon has hit 3 batters in the last 4 innings. He's walked 1, but he hasn't given up a hit since the first. 2-0 Haysville. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, a throw over to first, and a nice stop there by the first baseman. No, that was spiked into him, and he was able to get some leather on it. John Sorensen's 0 for 1 with a walk. And the pitch, and he sprays it foul. No balls and a strike. And a throw over to first. Coyne was leaning, but he's able to get back in safely. Sorensen fouls this one off, and it's 0-2. That might have got a little piece of stole, so the umpire is going to give him a moment. He's got a smile talking with John Sorensen at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes to John Sorensen. Sorensen, a .292 hitter. El Dorado is a team hitting .271. And that one in the turf. Nice stop by Stoles. 1-2. Two runs, 4 hits, no errors for Haysville. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for El Dorado. Coyne on the move again. Sorensen tries the left field line, but that'll slice into the Bronco bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes to Sorensen. Aaron Mack waiting on deck. Here's the pitch, and Sorensen fouls it off. Bullpens are empty for both sides. The starters have been pretty good. A couple of clutch hits for the Aviators, and De Leon has been locked in ever since the first inning. And the 1-2, Sorensen again fouls it out of play. Appreciate so many of you letting me know about the stream goofing up. I do appreciate that. I've got several windows open here. One ball, two strikes, and the pitch. Coyne on the move again. That pitch outside. Here's the throw down to second in time to get Jarrett Coyne. And that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 5 complete from McDonald Stadium, it's Haysville 2 and El Dorado 0. Nigel Williams to lead it off for Haysville here in the top of the 6th inning. Frank Souza still out there for El Dorado. Tell you what, all year we've been pretty fortunate, knock on wood, with the internet. The only night we had issues was that packed house with the 4th of July, but one issue tonight. Hopefully that's it. Here's a fly ball out to center field. Connor Allen going back now, settles under it and makes the catch for the first out. You know, every night is different at the yard. I can't remember a night where there's been so many lazy pop flies. The outfielder, Carter Cross, made some nice running grabs in the bottom of the 5th, but for the most part, it just seems like they've been, as the old saying goes, cans of corn out there. Very few line drives, yeah. A couple of sharp singles here and there. The double by Stoltz was good. Broncos have 2 clean singles and then an infield single by Aaron Mack. But for the most part, Souza and De Leon have been in control here. No balls and a strike to Luke Jaquetta. And 1-1. I had a nice email from Charles Parrish. That's Dylan Zenzel's grandpa. And a swing and a miss. Took something off there. 1-2. And Charles, where I was talking earlier about baseball being played or football being played on baseball fields, or however you want to phrase it. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Curveball and a swing and a miss. Mack applies the tag for the second out. Charles Parrish says the Detroit Lions used to play in the old Tiger Stadium. Of course, the old Tiger Stadium is gone. Now you've got Ford Field for the Lions and Comerica Park for the Tigers. Zachary Nagalski is 0 for 2. He scored a run in the 2nd inning for Haysville. Aviators lead 2-0. And this one right back off the backside of Souza. It rolls to short, no play, and Frank appears to be okay, although the umpire looks over at Toby Reuter and wants to make sure Frank's all right. Looks like that got him on the back pocket. one of those that hopefully doesn't hurt too bad now, but I'll bet there'll be a mark tomorrow. And not a place that most people will see. Here's Nate Stoles. Stoles looks at ball one. And Roger and Jan Foco are watching. They watch so many of our broadcasts here and appreciate their support of El Dorado and our broadcasts each and every night. Stoles hits one out into center field, and Allen will get over it on a hop. Trying to go first to third is Nogalski. He'll make it. And Stoles has a couple of hits tonight for Haysville. And that'll bring up Campbell Quirk. Quirk 0 for 2. Thank you, Jan. Again, so many of you with kind words about the broadcast. Be sure Vicki Bell is the one that allows it to happen. Vicki and Doug Bell. In the turf, 1-0. The 1-0 curveball in there for a strike. So this is our final broadcast of the summer. If the Broncos do make to the NBC World Series, KGSO Radio, I think, has coverage. It'll probably be online audio. This one got past Mack, and that's going to allow a run to score. It'll be a wild pitch on Souza, who's patting his chest, saying, my fault. So those of you loyal fans out there, just search around. It's easy to get on Google there and search it. But I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think KGSO Radio. There's certainly Twitter updates and whatnot as well. And here's one served out into center field by Quirk. Allen's got it and dropped it as he was getting ready to throw, and that will allow the run to score. Stoles was coming anyway. So probably no error on the play. It's going to be a RBI single for Quirk. Yep, Gary assuring you can't assume the out. It would have been interesting because Allen was in a good position to fire home. He had the ball as Stoles was at third. It would have been if it's on target, it would have been close, that's for sure. But Haysville has scored twice this inning, leads 4-0. Now Null is first pitch swinging and fouls this one off on the left side. Null is 0 for 2. And the pitch low, 1-1. It is to Null. Null, a .216 hitter this summer. 8 hits, 37 at bats. And the runner on the move, the swing and a miss. The throw down to second is on the foot and out at second base. Quirk is cut down by Aaron Mack. 2-run score on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-0 Haysville. John Sorensen to lead it off for El Dorado here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sorensen was at the plate when Jarrett Coyne was thrown out to end the 5th inning. And Sorensen goes back to fouling off pitches, 1-1. Tough luck for El Dorado as Souza got the first 2 out in the 6th. Nagalski singled, then Stoltz singled, and Nagalski went first to third. A wild pitch scored 1, and then Quirk with a single. So 3 straight hits after 2 were done for the Aviators, as they have been very opportunistic. When they've had chances, they have cashed in here tonight. 4-0 Haysville. And the 1-2. Slider nearly came around the corner. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Fastball low, 3-2. Broncos haven't had a hit since Aaron Mack's infield single in the 1st inning. The 3-2 and a fastball high, maybe out of the zone, and strike 3 on Sorensen. So here comes Aaron Mack. Infield single and a ground out to second. Hello to Dennis Mack, and I appreciate the comment from Dennis Mack. Been fun covering Aaron last couple of years. Of course, Aaron's hometown, Madison, Wisconsin. Went to Newman University in Wichita. And Mack, first pitch swinging, shoots it out into left field. It's coming back to the outfielder Quirk, who's under it for the catch. Kind of an inside-out swing there for Aaron. Went the other way, but he got under it. So 2 away quickly for El Dorado in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Jordan Anstandig. He's 0 for 2. Ground out to second, ground out to first. And De Leon missing, 1-0. De Leon came into the game with an ERA over 6, a 1-4 record, but he has been sharp after El Dorado had 3 hits in the 1st inning. Nothing since. That pitch out of the zone, 2-0. De Leon has hit 3 batters and walked 1 since the 1st inning, but no hits. 2 balls and no strikes here to Anstandig. And low, 3-0. These teams will finish the regular season Wednesday night in Haysville. And a 4-pitch walk to Jordan Anstandig. And that'll bring up Austin Toth. Maddox Solomon for El Dorado. He is here tonight. He went down to Seminole State, is that right? In Oklahoma. Junior college in Oklahoma to basically work out for the team and transferring there. Mark Solomon drove up from San Antonio, I believe. Here's a chopper to third. Smith has it. Now fires a strike over to first, and Toth is retired. Toth gets down the line pretty good. That's a strong throw by Austin Smith. So again, 1 left, but no runs and no hits and no errors. We go to the 7th inning. Haysville 4, El Dorado 0. Blake Knoll leading off for the Aviators here in the top of the 7th. He was at the plate when Campbell Quirk was cut down trying to steal second base. And Brennan White is the new pitcher for El Dorado. Frank Souza gave up 4 runs on 7 hits tonight. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Brennan White from Williams Baptist College he's from Fredericktown, Missouri. And Null might have broke his bat as he throws that one back to the dugout. He'll get a new bat, 1-2. Brennan White, 18 innings of work this summer, a 9.64 ERA. He's given up 32 hits, 9 walks, 10 strikeouts. He's 0-3. Hayes leading Liberal 5-2. Not sure any of those games really matter right now. Here's a 1-2. And the curveball in there for strike 3. So 1 away, and here comes Austin Smith. Smith is 0 for 2, grounded out to second, reached on an error. And first pitch swinging, a chopper, room service bounce to Sheets over to first, and Smith is retired. A 1 pitch out there, 2 away for Haysville. And here comes Carter Cross. Cross has kind of been the star here for Haysville. A couple of nice running catches in the outfield. He's got a double and a run scored. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He also has a stolen base. Carter Cross, a .255 hitter this summer. 25 hits, 98 at bats. Squares the bunt, lays it down the third base side. Catlett coming, it's going to be a tough play, and Cross beat it out. Well-placed bunt by Carter Cross. So Cross with 12 stolen bases is over at first with 2 away. And here's Jordan Kennedy, 1 for 3 tonight. Ground out to short, a single and a strikeout. Curveball just missed, 1-0. 8 hits now for the Aviators. White a look over at Cross. Lead not quite to the cutout, and that pitch high, 2-0. Haysville 9-24 this summer. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. Haysville really the only team playing for anything. Great Bend is a game ahead of them for 6th place in the league. Two balls and a strike to Jordan Kennedy. And bounced it foul. Kennedy hitting .214 this summer, just his 6th game. And he's 3 for 14. And it's 3-2. Elisa White is, so Brennan's pitching. There's a rookie pitcher for St. Louis tonight, the Cardinals, who's got a no-hitter going right now through 7. Ponce de Leon with a foul ball. So Elisa White is watching the Broncos on her phone, switching back and forth between the Cardinals game and Shark Week. Gary, do you watch Shark Week? It's on the Discovery Channel. It's a week full of sharks. 3-2 to Kennedy, fouls it off. Gary is at the baseball fields every night. He doesn't have time to watch Shark Week. Rustin, are you a Shark Week guy? Yeah? It's a little interesting. They sure publicize it a lot. Here comes a 3-2. And in the turf, and Kennedy works a walk. So 2 on and 2 out. Well, in the 6th inning, El Dorado got the first 2 out before 3 straight singles. Here in the 7th, the first 2 retired, and then a single and a walk. Here's Nigel Williams. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. And it's 1-0. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Nigel Williams. And that slider in there for a strike, 2-1. Two away for Haysville here in the top of the 7th. They lead 4-0. The pitch. And this one's hit out into center field. Connor Allen coming on strong, and Allen makes a running catch. No runs, a hit, 2 left. And it's time to stretch in El Dorado. Aviators 4, Broncos 0. Bottom of the 7th inning, 4-0 Haysville. Connor Allen will lead it off, and I see the St. Louis pitcher. After 7 innings, they pulled him 116 pitches. He had a no-hitter, and then the reliever gave up a hit. So no-hitter in Cincinnati. Allen hits it deep out into center field, but Carter Cross is running everything down. That's the first out. Now, Broncos. Number 6, Tucker Catlett. So here's Tucker Catlett. He's 0 for 2. Broncos with an ugly number right now. Gary informs me 15 straight innings of no runs for the Broncos. And that pitch out of the zone. Is that 2-0, Gary? 2 balls and no strikes to Catlett. And Gabe Littlejim is on deck. 3-0 here to Catlett. Gabe Littlejim getting his first at-bats of the season. And Catlett looks at ball 4. Now batting for your Broncos, number 37, Gabe Littlejim. Well, interesting, the Broncos haven't had a hit since the first inning, but they've had a base runner in every inning by either walk or hit by pitch. Here's Gabe Littlejim, and that one in there for strike one. Pete Caravala started the game as the DH. He went 0 for 2. Gabe Littlejim came in the fifth inning to hit. He flew out to center on a nice running grab by Carter Cross. Here's the 0-1 and a swing and a miss, strike two. So no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch, and Littlejim tried to hold up. Yeah, he went, though. That'll be a strikeout of Gabe Littlejim. So 2 away, and here comes Jarrett Coyne. Butler Rural Electric sponsoring tonight's game. And I wish I would have gotten this out before we lost our first stream and had to start the second one, but I'm not sure if you noticed before the game, there was a big check presentation. El Dorado Community Foundation donated $1,000 to the Broncos. So big thanks to El Dorado Community Foundation. Nice presentation before tonight's game. And that pitch, that might have got Coyne on the hand, and it did. Another hit by pitch for Jarrett Coyne. He's been hit twice tonight. He didn't want Toth to claim the lead for being hit by pitch, evidently. So Tanner Sheets, sharp single to left in the first. He hit it deep to center field in the fifth. He's 1 for 3. 4-0 Haysville. De Leon with the pitch is outside 1-0. Boy, Michael threw a lot of pitches in the first inning, but he has been tough to deal with since the first. A little traffic here for El Dorado with 2 away in the seventh. And the 1-0 outside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 to Sheets, and he had a good rip, but he missed it 2-1. (4-0) Haysville, bottom of inning number 7. And the 2-1 pitch is bounced towards second. Coming in is Kennedy. He'll flip over to first, and the threat is over. A walk and a hit batter doesn't hurt De Leon. And after 7 complete, 4-0 Haysville. So Brennan White goes an inning, and now it'll be up to Connor Peterson to try to keep it right here at 4-0. And Luke Jaquetta will lead it off for the Aviators here in the 8th. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Haysville. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for El Dorado. And the Haysville bullpen is working now. De Leon has gone 7 strong innings for Haysville tonight. And the first pitch from Peterson out of the zone, ball 1. 16 innings of work for Connor this summer. He's got an 11.80 ERA. And an 0-2 record with 2 saves. Here's the 1-0, and Jaquetta bounces or fouls this one out of play. One ball and 1 strike to Jaquetta. 4-5-6 due up for the Aviators here in the 8th. And that pitch just missing, 2-1. No game tomorrow. Regular season wraps up Wednesday at Haysville. The Aviators provide a YouTube broadcast with a fun view down the third base line. Set up, it looks like, at least to me, it looks like right just behind the third base coach. 3 balls and a strike here to Jaquetta. Jaquetta's 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the second inning. And this one's fouled out of play, and we go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oop, I'm knocking Gary's notebooks out. Peterson's got his sign. Here comes a 3-2. And this one's lifted into right field, slicing into foul territory. Jarrett Coyne giving chase. Sliding catch made by Jarrett Coyne. And on the screen, I'm sure you lost it, but Jarrett Coyne slid right into almost into the throwing area in the bullpen. He came a long way to make a sliding catch. So 1 away, and here's Zachary Nogalski. Nogalski has scored 2 of the Aviator 4 runs tonight. He is officially 1 for 3. And the first pitch from Peterson low, ball 1. Well, I'm sure Michelle and Aaron Coyne happy to hear that. Jarrett with a nice sliding catch. Again, he went a long way. This one's off the end of the bat out to short, and Austin Toth is underneath it, and he's got the catch for the second out. So 2 away for Haysville, and here's Nate Stoles. Nogalski and Stoles offensively have been really good tonight for the Aviators. Stoles is 2 for 3, double, RBI, and a run scored. And the numbers I've got here on the Jayhawk page had Stoles as a 183 hitter, but you wouldn't know it tonight. He's been right on it. And the pitch, and that one inside. 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Campbell Quirk waits on deck. In the turf, and 3-0 to Stoles. Still time to get emails in. cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. 3-0 pitch, low, ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Stoles. He's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Here's Campbell Quirk, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Keep mentioning about being the last broadcast. It's the last home game for Toby Reuter, as he is taking a principal job in Augusta. Middle school in Augusta. So we wish Toby well. It's been a real pleasure to know Toby. He's been here as an assistant and a head coach since I've been doing the games. Here's a roller to third and a strong peg by Catlett over to first to retire Quirk. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Bottom of the 8th inning. The Broncos look to break through. It's 4-0 Haysville. Well, Maddox Solomon, who I mentioned earlier, tried out for Seminole Community College down in Oklahoma. Wasn't sure if he'd be here or not. Mark Solomon, they'd been driving all over the place. They got back. They're here for the game. Maddox didn't start, but he's now hitting for John Sorensen here in the 8th inning. And Maddox Solomon gets into one, hits it to deep center field. Cross going back to the wall and gone. Maddox Solomon. A home run to straightaway center field. And for Maddox, that's his 8th homer of the summer. Well, Maddox got a lot of hitting in today down in Oklahoma. He comes into Kansas and he knocks a long ball. And that ends, 16 innings, Gary? 16 innings of scoreless ball for El Dorado. So here's Aaron Mack. Well, can El Dorado get their order around to Maddox again? I don't know. Bottom of the 8th inning. And Mack with a mighty cut. He fouled it off. Strike one. Constance Black is an Aviators fan, proud host family of Michael De Leon, who has pitched really good here tonight. That's the first hit for El Dorado since the first inning. And the first run, obviously, for El Dorado. Mack fouls this one off. And it's 0-2. 4-8-0 for Haysville, 1-4-1 for El Dorado. Here comes the 0-2 and swing and a miss. I didn't know if the umpire was saying foul ball. He was saying no, the catcher dropped it, but he tags Mack for the first out. So here's Jordan Anstandig. John and Carla Reuter watching as they always do. Saying, let's get some runs, El Dorado. I agree. 1 ball and no strikes to Anstandig. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He flips this one into foul territory and out of play. Want to thank, as always, our good friends Brad and Roxanne Kuhl at El Dorado Building Systems Incorporated for sponsoring our broadcast. They are the leaders in the metal building market. There's a 1-1 to Anstandig outside, 2-1. From 24 feet wide to modular spans of 240 feet, you'll find a degree of versatility rare in today's metal building market. The 2-1 low and 3-1. All of El Dorado Building Systems Incorporated structures come standard with certified engineering and a selection of long life finishes for a building you can be proud of for generations to come. Brad Kuhl, 1-800-279-4300. Anstandig in the hole to second. Kennedy's got it over to first, and Jordan running hard, but he's retired. So 2 away, and here comes Austin Toth. Always like to say a shout out to the fine folks at Susan B. Allen Memorial Hospital. They have a trainer here for every game that helps out the home team and the visiting team. And the first pitch to Toth in there for a strike. If I'm not mistaken, Gary, I think Maddox Solomon, after hitting the home run, raced down to the bullpen and is now warming up down there. So a busy 8th inning for Maddox. Ball and a strike to Toth. And outside, 2-1. De Leon still bringing the heat, still popping the glove of Stoles. Two balls and a strike. The pitch, a bouncer to the shortstop, and coming in is Williams. Gets it on the big hop, throws it over to first to retire Toth. A leadoff home run, a pinch hit home run by Maddox Solomon gets El Dorado on the board. But Haysville leads as we go to the 9th. Aviators 4, Broncos 1. Well, sometimes I question my eyes. I question Gary's eyes sometimes, but our eyes were correct. It was Maddox Solomon down in the bullpen. He's a tough one to mistake, though. And Maddox Solomon comes in to pitch the ninth inning for El Dorado. A homer in the bottom of the eighth, comes into for the pitch the ninth inning, I should say. And the first pitch is nubbed towards third. Catlett has it over to first. I almost said Tackett. Not Tackett, it was Catlett. And one pitch, one out of Blake Null. So one away, and here's Austin Smith. Smith 0 for 3 tonight. Maddox Solomon, 13 innings of work this summer. And a first pitch ball. 4.05 ERA. He's got a win, a loss, and 3 saves for El Dorado. And Solomon really has a nice, easy motion home. And a ball and a strike to Smith. Almost appears like he kind of short arms it, just kind of flips it in there, and it's on the batter in a hurry. 1-2 as Smith fouls that one off. The 1-2 from Solomon is low, 2-2. 4-1 Haysville. We are in the ninth, cruising along here. And this one shot foul into the Haysville bullpen. Gabe Littlejim is now playing first base for El Dorado. And the 2-2 is bounced foul. Well, these guys, I'll tell you what, El Dorado has had an interesting ride this summer. It started off with a really thin roster, several players that El Dorado was expecting to be here in June decided not to come for whatever reason. 2-2 pitch is in there for strike 3. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Carter Cross, the leadoff man, who's 2 for 4 tonight. But then as the season started picking up, some good players came in. But of course, as with any summer baseball team, I'm sure every team can say this. Here's a first pitch to Cross, and that's missing, ball 1. Some kids either have to report to their college early or are just looking for a little bit of a break, or for whatever reason, they come and go. El Dorado certainly had some leave here of late. But the core of this crew has remained really tight. Close, but no cigar there, 3-0. And Solomon guides this one in for a strike, 3-1. And of course, heard, if the Broncos do make the NBC, some players may come back to try to help out El Dorado. They would be in the first week of the NBC World Series. And ball 4 to Cross. But we'll find out for sure tomorrow. On Twitter, if you follow Jayhawk Baseball, I'm sure they'll put something on there. Sure, the Broncos will have something posted. Here's Jordan Kennedy. And a swing and a miss behind on that fastball. Kennedy 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a walk. Maddox has his sign from Aaron Mack. The 0-1 coming to Kennedy. Cross is on the move. Here's a throw from Mack right on target. Sheets put the tag on him, and he's out. Aaron Mack with another runner cut down, trying to steal. And that'll end the inning. 8. Aaron Mack has thrown out eight guys in a short time with the Broncos here this summer. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of the 9th inning. 4-1 Haysville. 8 really good innings tonight from Michael De Leon. He can only win it tonight. He gave up 1 run on 4 hits. Had a few walks, hit 4 people, but gave up 3 singles in the first and a homer in the 8th. He was terrific for Haysville. And he gives way for Kyle John. Kyle John from Texas State University. And John, the most used pitcher by Haysville. And a strike to Connor Allen, who's leading off the 9th. 18th game for John. 27 innings of work. Here comes the 1-1, and that's outside, 2-1. Kyle John has given up 35 hits in 27 innings, 17 earned runs, 8 walks, 34 strikeouts. He's 2-2 with 3 saves and a 5.66 ERA. High and tight, 3-1 to Allen. Allen, Catlett, and Little Jim, the scheduled 3. And the 3-1 is high and a leadoff walk to Connor Allen. So here comes Tucker Catlett. Tucker Catlett tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. And Catlett off the handle of the bat, flips it into right center field, a base hit. Connor Allen sprinting his way to third. Catlett took a look at second, no one was covering. And the Broncos have the first 2 on here in the 9th. And now Brady Tackett will hit here in Caravala's spot. Brady was up here most of the night with us, and he'll get his first at bat of the summer. Four to 1 Haysville, but Brady Tackett at the plate represents the tying run. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. Boy, Gary, what if Brady Tackett on his first at bat of the summer got into one? Stranger things have happened. Here comes an 0-1 and 0-2. Jared Coyne waits on deck. John has his sign, the pitch. Outside, there's Stoles again. Boy, he just slides so good. Nice stop by Stoles. One ball and 2 strikes to Brady Tackett. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. So here comes Jarrett Coyne. Just food for thought, Gary. Maddox Solomon would be in the hole for El Dorado. 1 away. Here's Jarrett Coyne. And that pitch caught the corner for strike 1. John, who has an electric arm, threw a change up there and got the call. And the 0-1 to Coyne, and was fooled there. Not the best swing I've seen from Jarrett. It's 0-2. Coyne does have a home run this summer. 246 hitter. It was in Dodge City. No balls and 2 strikes. And outside, tried to get him to chase. He did not. 1-2. Jared Coyne, third on the team in at bats with 130 coming in. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He's been hit twice. Here's the 1-2. And outside, 2-2. John, the ball glances off his glove, but he recovers it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away for El Dorado, down by 3. Tying run at the plate. And the 2-2 outside, 3-2. I'm sure you can tell by watching. John kind of goes to the third base side of the mound and he throws across. Makes it tough, that outside corner, trying to protect there. Here comes a 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Came right at him and a strikeout. So the first 2 reach for El Dorado, but now back-to-back strikeouts for the Broncos. Probably their 2 best hitters, though, possibly coming up. Tanner Sheets, and if he can get on somehow, Maddox Solomon. Sheets is 1 for 4. He's hit it hard a couple of times. And the first pitch out of the zone, ball 1. Tanner Sheets, the leading hitter for El Dorado, a .329 hitter. He has 11 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs. He's driven in 30 this summer. The 1-0 inside, 2-0. Maddox Solomon's home run in the 8th tied him with Sheets for the team lead in RBIs with 30. 2 balls and no strikes to Sheets. And a pitch to hit, but a swing and a miss, 2-1. Connor Allen walked. He's at third. Catlett singled. He's at first. Tucker Catlett. Tackett struck out and Coyne struck out. 2 balls and a strike to Sheets. The pitch, and that ball just moving away from the hitter, and it goes to the outer third, and 2-2, and the Broncos are down to their final strike. John to Sheets. Outside, 3-2. So Tucker Catlett will get a head start over at first. 4-1 Haysville, bottom of the 9th inning. And the 3-2. Outside, ball 4. How about this scenario? Here comes Maddox Solomon. Did not start tonight. Again, he was working out for Seminole Community College in Oklahoma. He pinch hit in the 8th inning, a leadoff home run to straightaway center field. And now a chance to win it. He is the winning run at home plate. Tying run at first, and Tanner Sheets, an aggressive runner. The first pitch to Solomon, bounce towards short, and the throw will go to second, and that will end the inning. Well, we had the whole stage set up, but a ground out for Solomon, and that is the end of the ball game. The Haysville Aviators with 4 runs on 8 hits and no errors. El Dorado 1 run on 5 hits and 1 error. Michael DeLeon is the winning pitcher tonight. Frank Souza, the losing pitcher, and Kyle John gets the save. Well, the Broncos left him loaded in the 1st. They leave him loaded in the 9th here tonight. And outside of Maddox Solomon's home run in the 8th, it was dominated by DeLeon and the Aviators. Haysville was very efficient. They took advantage of their opportunities tonight, and they get the win, 4-1. Off day tomorrow, the Broncos will wrap up the regular season on Wednesday against these Aviators. And again, we'll find out tomorrow the fate of the Broncos, if they've got just 1 game left or if they've got a few more at the NBC World Series in Wichita. Sure has been a lot of fun. Tell you what, great press box here all season long. Jimmy on the PA, Gary Carr with the stats. It has been a delight to bring you games all summer long, and we'll miss talking to all of you. It's been fun knowing you. I hope stay connected on Facebook and Twitter. And, you know, if you ever want to listen to games that don't involve your kids, I'm online all the time in the fall and in the winter. Been a fun season. Best of luck to the Broncos on Wednesday night. Thanks to all of you for all your comments and all your emails, not only tonight, but all season long. And, of course, a big thanks to our friends Brad Kuhl and El Dorado Building Systems Incorporated. So for the final time this summer, Kurt Caden bidding you good night from El Dorado.